Now, Mr. President, last week, the House of Representatives voted on a bipartisan basis to pass a Keystone jobs and infrastructure bill. Meanwhile, the Senate Energy Committee got the process moving in this chamber as it debated and approved a bipartisan Keystone measure as well. The committee consideration allowed senators from both parties to offer amendments and make their voices heard. It's the kind of serious legislating many senators have been waiting a long time to see. It's the latest example of Congress getting back to work under a new Republican majority. And later this afternoon, we'll consider a cloture motion that would allow us to proceed to a similarly open debate here on the Senate floor. I know senators from both sides are hungry for a real Senate debate. I know they want to offer amendments. I know they're anxious to finally have their voices and the voices of the people they represent heard here on the Senate floor. So I expect the cloture motion to pass on a bipartisan basis. Of course, we had originally hoped to start this process last Thursday. We wanted to spend Friday working on this bipartisan jobs bill, but the Senate lost that opportunity when some colleagues across the aisle objected to beginning the debate. Now, moving forward, what I would urge is for our Democratic friends to work with us as the new Republican majority continues to bring more openness to the Senate. The changes we're making are ones that many Democrats have indicated they wanted to see as well. The reforms we're implementing would give a real voice to the constituents represented by Democratic senators. We need to work together to ensure positive change takes hold. I'm hopeful that will happen. Now, here's one consequence of that delay I mentioned. The Nebraska Supreme Court has since eliminated what has to be the last conceivable pretext to veto the Keystone jobs bill. So we'll be starting the Senate's debate at a time when the rationale for building this pipeline has almost never been more obvious. I know the American people would welcome a change in posture from the president. I know that supporters in both parties are determined to get a bipartisan jobs and infrastructure bill to his desk as soon as possible. So we'll take the next step in the process at 5:30 today. Then we'll have an open floor debate on jobs, the middle class, infrastructure, and energy. And at the end of this process, we'll send a bipartisan jobs bill to the president. We'll fulfill our pledge to stop protecting him from good ideas. It may force the president to finally make a difficult choice between jobs and the middle class versus the demands of powerful special interests. But President Obama now has every reason to sign the bipartisan jobs and infrastructure bill we will pass. Mr. President, I yield the floor.